Is this thing recording? I just laid down the cutest Ruby Tuesday of all time, and would you like to know that the audio did not sync? How frustrating. Sorry about that. Things I talked about that you might be interested in included the eclipse, which I stayed all up all night long watching and loved. Also, you would know about the tribute I laid down for my friend Joe Hill that we lost this week to malaria. And other things you would hear about were connecting with my family, all the exciting things I've been doing here in the South, drinking a lot of Pepsi, and thinking about a career in NASCAR. Just kidding about that part. Here we are, though. This is my second one, so I'm going to be probably a little bit more brief and to the point here, maybe less ums, maybe. I did not have a great birthday. Thanks to the capable hands of Amtrak, I was picking up all my pallets, which was, maybe not the best way to spend the day with me in the cold rain. So I didn't invite others to suffer, just my dad, who really showed up like a sport model and helped me out in a big way. And that was awesome. Some good father-daughter time, all right? Heavy lifting. That's what brings a family together right there, my friends. Well, other things that you need to know are that I have my stuff strewn all over here. I've got the top floor of my mother's place here in Raleigh, which is not really Raleigh. It's like in the middle of what I call the middle of nowhere. Others call the charming area of Wake Forest. I think there's a seminary close. Thinking about catching a lot of coffee there in the afternoons. I feel like I could influence a whole generation of ministers. Well, speaking of influencing a generation, let me go ahead and tell you right now, some awkward conversations I've had with the family include things like the following. All right, and that is my life, my Burning Man life, which, I have connected with some burners in the area. There is Transformers, which is put on in North Carolina. That's a Burning Man regional. And when I mentioned that I was going to meet up with a couple burners, my sister's like, "Were they friends?" And I'm like, "Well, not yet. They're in my community. She's like, "What community?" I'm like, Burning Man." Makes it sound like I'm in a cult. Maybe one that's trying to make the world a little bit more tolerable for everyone. All right, not just some. Anyway, it made me sound like I was batshit crazy, and after them not seeing me for a long time, I think that has been confirmed by things like outfit choices, which you don't see a lot of here in North Carolina. I've been rocking this super awesome military jacket, which is like a jacket on a man and a dress on me. It made me look like a little drummer boy, but with the right accessories is like so awesome and punk rock, and I just really love it. It is something I wore on the plane when I flew out here, and when they called for military personnel, and what's the term they used? It was, I don't know. You had to be in your costume. They used a term for that that made me feel like I might qualify because I had on a military jacket, and I thought about going up there, but then I don't know. They might get me talking, and then they would know that I'm not. I don't know. There might be a special handshake. I don't know what that is. It wasn't printed on the inside of the jacket. I also don't think that I really put off a real military exterior. Maybe international assassin is more appropriate. But you don't walk around in uniforms when you're one of those. You're undercover. I don't do that very well. Well, I don't know what else to tell you. I'm excited about heading to New York, that's for sure. I do love me some North Carolina because my family's here. I have not connected with friends yet. I'd like to. I want to be able to make an appropriate assessment here of what's going on before I go jumping directly into the Big Apple. I'm thorough that way. So, where do you live, huh? You live in Wilmington, Raleigh, or Greenville? Because if you do, then we should talk, because these are, I'm bouncing around these three like a ping pong ball. Or like, what's that game with the ball and the table? Pinball? Like a pinball. I'm bouncing around these areas like a pinball. I'm going to have to go brush up on my arcade games, otherwise I'm not going to be able to use them to demonstrate what my life is like when it's hard for the viewing audience to probably get a handle on what I'm doing. Am I moving to North Carolina? I'm moving my stuff. Am I moving to New York? I'm coming for a very long visit. God only knows how long that will be. I just kind of have a home base here, and I'm bouncing around the globe here is what's going to happen. And isn't that going to be damn fun? God willing, I will have this equipment situation handled in a way that will make this not as frustrating, because I'm telling you, I'm thinking about making episode 100 the last, only because really, I love doing this. But when the camera doesn't work, it's very frustrating. I don't like to be frustrated. I like to live life with a goddamn smile. I suggest you do the same. Share this with a friend. Happy Ruby Tuesday.